Hello everyone, Dr. Brian Scott with you again. Insight to End Times. We're looking at things that are taking place in our world today that are very, very upsetting because we are in perilous times and people don't seem to realize where we are. We're in 2 Timothy chapter 3. We're examining some of the characteristics of these perilous times that are coming at the end of the age. And today we're going to look at the fourth characteristic, pride. I think everyone has heard about pride, or they know what pride may mean, but really it carries the attitude of superiority. It's a case of we know more than you know, and we're better than you. Now, I've heard expressions about pride that it doesn't run in your family, it gallops. Well, pride is uncontrollable, and God hates pride, if you didn't know. God really hates pride. But we see pride occurring in our political system amongst the progressives, and they're becoming quite a large group. We might refer to them as the leftists. They lean towards the left. They operate with a air of superiority, with disdain for the public, and they have great disdain for anyone who has biblical values, morals, or ethics. Now, in the Greek, the word pride is defined this way. It refers to an arrogant, haughty, snobby, high and mighty, insolent attitude individual. Boy, we know a few of them, don't we? They're everywhere. And we see this with a lot of our government groups, a lot of our national parties, even our leaders operate in this fashion. We see it with the groups that are rising up, these progressive groups. I might refer to them as the environmentalists or the Green Party people. There are other titles, of course, for this, but they have an agenda. They are greatly supported by the media for some reason. And a lot of people will follow the media because they're still thinking like they did 30 or 40 years ago when we trusted the media. But the problem we have today is that the proud leaders, the arrogant leaders, the high and mighty leaders, the more superior than thou type leaders are leading us down their path because they think their path is the right path, which is usually contrary to everything we've got going on. And they're the ones setting the agenda. They feel they're the only ones who are capable of setting the agenda. And the agenda may not be what the general populace wants, but it certainly isn't what the church wants. In fact, they really are not tolerant of the church. They're not tolerant of Christians. They're not tolerant of people who have moral values. They're not tolerant of people who have ethical values. They are determined to get their own way. They are what we refer to as the trendsetters. But you know what they're really setting? Perilous trends, perilous times. They are surely definitive of the perilous times we're in. I could really go over and over on this point because we see it every day in the papers. We see it on the news. We see them operating and we say, have they lost their minds? Because they're proud, arrogant, superior to all of us, and they know better than what we know. Well, they're setting the pace for the perilous times. See you tomorrow.